Khamzat's going to be the better competitor on Saturday night, because when he realizes that Sean Strickland can win a fight against him, he's going to compete.
Yeah.
And Sean Strickland won't be able to compete when Khamzat wants to compete and get a takedown. When he really needs a takedown, Khamzat's going to get that takedown.
Yeah.
So I am going to predict Khamzat wins by decision. At the end of it, Sean Strickland will be complaining that all he wanted to do was wrestle.
Yeah.
He knew that. We knew that. He knew that. It was your job to be prepared for that.
This is tough. This is really tough because I was talking to Brett Okamoto about this, and he asked for my breakdown on the fight. So I'm giving him the breakdown, and I'm thinking, you know what? I think that it's going to be rounds 1 and 2. It's going to be Chimaev, and then Sean's going to fight his way back into it. Meanwhile, my wife's on the other side of the laptop looking at me, shaking her head, and I paused. I'm like, what are you shaking your head about? She's like, Chimaev's going to kill him. And Brett Okamoto could hear it, and he goes, yeah, I agree with your wife. So obviously we're a house conflicted, but I think Chimaev wins. But I just don't think he's going to run over Sean Strickland. I think at some point, even though he's been working with Sam Calvita and doing all these things, I could see a world where Chimaev starts to slow down and Sean at least wins a round. I think Chimaev wins, but I just don't think it's going to come as easy as one might think.
And the 5-round club, by the way, is very rare. Like, we have guys that are world champions that have not gone 5 rounds. We have a number of people in the Hall of Fame who have not gone 5 full rounds. Chimaev's done it, but he's only done it once. And Sean Strickland thrives in the 4th and 5th round. Sean comes on bigger and stronger. I think that it matters. I think this is all the makings of an upset. I do think that Strickland needs to get this fight late. I think the narrative that Chimaev fades is maybe a little bit overplayed, but the narrative that Sean Strickland comes on late, that's been proven before. I like Sean Strickland's chances in this contest.
I don't know. I just think people want to be able to say, like, oh, Sean can win. We see Sean winning, but when you actually really dissect that and dissect each guy, I don't really see how you say that, to be honest. I really don't. And I also think people are expecting Khamzat to play into this, all this talk and get emotional. And obviously a fight's a fight and anything can happen and you never know. But I think if the Khamzat that has been preparing for this and that I've seen comes out, Sean's got big problems on his hands. He does, man. He's got big problems on his hands. Striking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everywhere the fight goes, he's going to have problems. 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 2 rounds. Like, it's going to be tough for him.
I like Strickland. I like his style. He brings all the things to the table to make this a real fight. Like I said, his style of striking is built for a wrestler to try to take him down. So it's like, this is, if there was a guy that could challenge Khamzat, this is the guy. Like, we need to see it. I like it. I'll take him to win. Why not?
This is a fight that Khamzat is favorite for sure, because of his style and how dominant he is in all his fights. But I think this fight has the probability to be the most competitive for him, because it's 5 rounds against a guy that is hard to take down and is hard to maintain in the ground. To be honest, I don't even think that he wants to stop the takedowns. I think he wants to get taken down and get up, get taken down and get up, and make Khamzat work towards that all the time to get tired, and then he goes and go there, you know what I mean? I think Khamzat is the favorite. That's all that I can say. I think he's the favorite. I would say 60-40, 60-40 for Khamzat.
I was really feeling and watching Chimaev training camp. He brought in Coach Cal or Coach C in there, which is a great strength and conditioning, but it really underlined and underpinned the fact that Chimaev knows that he gasses out. And sometimes the fear of gassing out is worse than actually gassing out itself, meaning the fact that you psychologically gas out before you gas out. Part of getting tired is understanding the fact that you're going to get tired. So I say that to say this. I do believe in Strickland's chances. I do think that Sean Strickland has amazing ability to get back up, but I think the strength factor by Chimaev is going to be too much, and he's going to get the win.
Having been there in there with Chimaev, having seen what Chimaev can do once he gets his hands on you, and he will, because he shoots from so far away, and he commits wholeheartedly in it. He will get you to the mat. It's what happens after. Seeing that he has the cardio to be able to do that for 5 rounds as well, mate, it's gun to my head. Chimaev's going to run him over.
I do think Chimaev is one of those rare athletes that comes around only once in a long while, and he's undefeated for a reason. He brings a level of talent and tenacity that I think is rare even amongst all the dangerous men that have fought inside the octagon. I think he's that special, and I think Chimaev will retain his belt. I don't know if he's able to get Strickland out of there, but if he does, I think it just shows how good he is, because there's not a whole lot of people that can stop someone like Sean Strickland. But Chimaev, I do think he's got the grappling firepower. I also think he might have the striking power as well. I don't think he wants to get into like a combination exchanges with Strickland. That's where he can find himself in trouble, especially maybe later on in the fight. But I expect another very technical, calculated performance from Khamzat Chimaev. I think and still.
In this fight, I'm leaning towards Strickland. And again, I'm thinking that Strickland's going to be able to put Khamzat on his back foot. I don't think Khamzat can fight Sean Strickland the way he fought DDP. Sean has better takedown defense. Sean makes it more of a scrappier fight when he gets to the ground to get himself back to his feet. Sean Strickland's whole game plan is to get back up. DDP didn't seem like he even had a fucking game plan. Didn't seem like he had anything.
And I think Strickland has such a good chance. I think people are overlooking him in this fight, and that would be a big mistake. I think Strickland, the first round is going to tell us so much about this fight. If Khamzat can, listen, I know Khamzat's going to get him down. Like I said, I've taken Strickland down so many times. I know Khamzat's going to get him down, but you keep him there. That's going to be the big question, because Strickland's ability to get up, the technique he uses, the strength he has. He's a strong guy, a lot stronger than Khamzat on a physical level. Once Khamzat has to fight Strickland's fight, I just don't think he has a chance. I do believe Strickland has every tool to not let that happen and maybe snatch that title away. It's going to be a very interesting fight.
I do think Strickland is tough. I think his jiu-jitsu, people underestimate it a little bit, because Khamzat looked very good against Drukus, but I just think Strickland know how to get up, pull pressure when he goes forward, and the crazy gas tank. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I think it's going to be way closer than people think. I still think Chimaev wins, but I think Strickland gonna give you a lot of resistance to him.
I think this is going to be a good fight. First of all, I think Khamzat to me looks pretty unstoppable at the moment. I know Sean's coach. I've actually trained with Sean a little bit as well, only a tiny bit though. But I know a lot of people who are close to him, and everyone keeps saying how good he is at getting up off the bottom. So there's definitely a chance for Strickland, but in my opinion, I'm leaning a little bit towards Khamzat.
I dumped some money on Strickland finishing it, and that's why I'm saying he finishes him.
If he does, it's going to be late in the fight.
He's going to be able to get back up, fight the hands down. As long as he doesn't get submitted in that first round, I'm even dumping more money. Because I got them live bet apps now, even more money on Strickland. I'm going to pay off this Disney vacation I'm taking my kids on Strickland.
Smart move, Khamzat Chimaev by decision. There are people out there who go, man, he's going to blow right through him. Sure, if you believe, with the odds we're looking at, you don't want to put your house on Chimaev, something might happen. Yeah, put it on Chimaev to blow him away in the first couple rounds. That's the only way you're going to make money. I still think Khamzat Chimaev walks out of here a winner.
I think I just kind of see it like Duplessis. I see it like he has great leadership, great corner, great team. If they had half a brain cell, they would say, put him where he's most insecure, put him where we're most dominant, and do what we do best. Don't try anything fun or exciting, or just win the fight. How he already has a clear path to win. Just do it. Just continue to do it. I'm sitting here assessing a fight saying Chimaev's going to win, but I've seen crazier stuff happen.
I'm predicting Chimaev will win. I think he'll finish him. But if he does not get it done early, Sean Strickland is the type of guy who will make you suffer and make you pay for that in a major, major way. Once Fluffy Hernandez couldn't get what he needed off in that first round, it was over. I knew that fight was done the second that bell rang after round one. He is just extremely dangerous. He is extremely dangerous. It's a very compelling fight.
Strickland's a hard guy to take down. He's been able to get up on a regular basis against very good competition such as DDP. And I just have a feeling he's going to be more ready because he saw what happened to DDP. I didn't think DDP expected that many takedowns for a prolonged period. I think he expected takedowns in round 1 and 2, and then he thought Khamzat was going to slow down, but Khamzat never slowed down. So he had this arsenal of takedowns that just never ended. I think now Strickland he's on notice. So that notice is going to make a difference. However, I still anticipate that Khamzat wins.
I believe Khamzat is going to just run over Sean Strickland. If I'm wrong, that will be like very interesting, but I don't care about their personal dynamic. That is not for me. If it's for you, that's fine. Don't care about that. And I'm pretty sure Khamzat's just going to tackle him a couple times. That fight will be over relatively quickly.
I'm actually going to go with Khamzat Chimaev winning this one by Darce choke early in the fight. I think he'll get it in the first or second round. I think we're going to see a Darce choke submission from Khamzat Chimaev. And I think he's going to finish Sean Strickland, which is hurting me to say. It really is. But even on the feet, if Chimaev's getting a bit tired, I think Chimaev can like move around a bit on the back foot and give him some looks and sort of buy out a minute. Strickland can't really like seek and destroy.
I try to separate noise from signal, but I saw in an instance that I didn't like the lack of confidence. I know we're hearing the right things from Strickland, but I saw this one, and I try to avoid that stuff, John, but I saw this 1 second where Ilya Topuria was with Aiden Ross, and Aiden said he's going to bet 50 dimes on Strickland, and they called Strickland, and Strickland's response was, "You're rich, it don't matter, bro." That's the wrong answer. Again, I try to separate the noise from the signal, but to me, that was signal. And I like Chimaev. I like Chimaev big here. The only problem is it going to get down to that -450 range that I need to bet him? Right. I don't think so. So I'm going to have to get creative.
Khamzat is he's not doing brickwork. He's not doing brickwork out back. Khamzat is training twice a day, recovering in between, training at night, having all these coaches. He's having an absolute professional, world-class fight camp. Sean Strickland's probably practicing twice a day, sparring probably every day, maybe every other day. Who knows how much that guy spars. Doesn't do strength conditioning, does some brickwork on the side. I would love to see Strickland win. I'm a huge fan of these guys. These guys are both fucking monsters, and I'm not going to be mad if either wins, but if I had to bet money right now, I think Khamzat gets it done.
So we were sparring light, and dude, I'm like, he's like trying to knock me out, and I'm like, I bloody him up, and I'm just being light, just sticking and moving. And then like there was a minute left, and I haven't stopped. I was like, yo, Chimaev, like, dude, we're just warming up. This is like the warm-up round before we spar hard. And then he like took it as like a insult. So you know what, Chimaev, fuck it. We'll go 5 rounds in the cage, dog. I'll see you 5 rounds in the cage. You want to spar hard? He's like, yeah, we'll spar hard 5 rounds. And the rounds start, and I'm just standing there looking around like the fucking like the ugly girl at the party. Where did Chimaev go? Where did Chimaev go? And he's in the cage beating the fuck out of the little guy.
The Strickland corner. He's gonna say some dumb stuff. He's gonna say some outlandish stuff. Looking for those headlines. Probably looking to get somebody from Chimaev's team to actually hit him so he doesn't have to fight on Saturday night. So the fight can get pulled and he'd come up with an excuse and say these guys are crazy, they don't belong in this country, blah, yada, yada, yada. But if it does make it to Saturday, if the cage door does get locked, what are we gonna see? What I'm hoping to see is blood, tears, bones broken, all coming from one side. I'm hoping Chimaev walks through him. I'm hoping Chimaev, the wolf, dominates, which I think he will and I hope he will. My pick, obviously, I'm going with Chimaev. I think it's going to be a dominant performance. And let's go, Wolf.
I was fighting 170 that time. So imagine I beat him on that weight. I was cutting the weight, and at that time I beat him. So right now, people know how big I am, how hungry I am. So it's good meat, yeah.
I will go 250 on Sean Strickland just because it's a good bet. It's just because it's a good bet.
But I'm
good.
picking Khamzat Chimaev to win.